Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Crochet for Baby. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this little dress for a baby from 1 to 3 months using a 3.5mm crochet hook and light number 3 baby yarn. If you want to make this little dress for a newborn from 0 to 1 month, you can do it by simply using a 3mm crochet hook and light number 3 baby yarn. If you prefer to use cotton thread number 10, just use 2 strands. Also, if you want to make it for a baby from 3 to 6 months, just use a 4.5mm crochet hook. For 6 to 9 months, use a 5mm crochet hook, and for 9 to 12 months, use a 5.5mm crochet hook, also with light number 3 baby yarn or cotton thread number 10 with 2 strands. And remember, the sizes that I give you, they're not exact. They're just standard sizes based on my internet research. Another thing, I'm going to try to make a pair of little bloomers to go with our little dress, so stay tuned for those. Okay, so now without further say, let's get started, and thank you for watching. Okay, so to begin, we need a 3.5mm crochet hook and light number 3 baby yarn. Today, for those of you who ask, I'll be using Lion brand Baby Soft. It's a light number 3 yarn in the color Parfait Print. Okay, so to begin, I have 61 chains. Beginning on the second chain from the hook, I'm going to make 1 single crochet and a single crochet into each one of these chains, just like this, all the way to the end. Okay, so continue like this, making single crochets on every chain. I will meet you at the end to show you the next step. Okay, I'm here at the end of the first row. I have a total of 60 single crochets. Now for the second row, we're going to chain 3, we're going to turn, and we're going to skip 1, 2, and into the third single crochet, we're going to make a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Okay, and then we're going to skip 1, 2, and into the third, same thing, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Okay, and then again, we're going to skip 1, 2, and into the third, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Okay, this is all we're going to do for this second row. Continue like this all the way to the end. I will meet you there to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of the second row. To complete this row, all we need to do is just make one last double crochet here at the end. Okay, and this is how we complete our second row. Now for the third row, we're going to chain 3, we're going to turn, and inside each one of these chain 1 spaces, inside our V stitches, we're going to make 2 double crochets, 1, 2, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. And then again, inside the chain 1 space, 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. Okay, and then again into the next V-stitch or chain 1 space, 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. Okay, so continue like this all the way to the end. I will meet you there to show you our fourth row. Okay, I'm here at the end of the third row. To complete this row, all we have to do is make a double crochet here into this last chain and make a double crochet. Okay, so now for the fourth row, we're going to chain 3, we're going to turn, and inside each one of these chain 2 spaces, we're going to make 2 double crochets, 1, 2, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. Okay, and then again into the next chain 2 space, 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. Okay, so continue like this all the way to the end. I will meet you there to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of the fourth row. To complete this row, all we have to do is make a double crochet here into this last chain. and this is how we complete the 4th row. Now for the 5th row, we're going to chain 3, we're going to turn, and inside each one of these chain 2 spaces, we're going to do the following. We're going to make 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 3 chains, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and then into the next chain 2 space, same thing, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 3 chains, 3 double crochets. Okay, so continue like this all the way to the end. I will meet you there to show you how we're going to complete this row and start on our next row. Okay, I'm here at the end of the 5th row. To complete this row, all I have to do is just make a double crochet here at the beginning where I have these 3 chains. And this is how I complete this 5th row. Now for the 6th row, we're going to chain 3, we're going to turn, and inside each one of these chain 3 spaces, we're going to make 9 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and into the next chain 3 space, same thing, 9 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so continue like this all the way to the end. I will meet you there to show you how we're going to complete this row and start on our next row. Okay, I'm here at the end of the 6th row. To complete this row, all we have to do is just make a double crochet here at the very end. And this is how we complete this 6th row. Now for the 7th row, we're going to chain 3, we're going to turn, and in each one of these spaces that are between each one of these double crochets, we're going to make a double crochet, chain 1. So beginning here on the first space, double crochet, chain 1. Then into the next space, double crochet, chain 1. Into the next space, double crochet, chain 1. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Okay, and this is what it looks like. So now for the next fan, we have our first space. Now we're not going to chain here. All we're going to do is just go into this very first space and make a double crochet. So between each fan, we're not going to do a chain 1. Only when we start working into each one of these spaces is where we're going to do a chain 1. Okay, so here again, chain 1, into the next, double crochet, chain 1, 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 and double crochet here on this last space. Okay, and then here again we have our next fan. Don't chain 1, just immediately go into the first space and make a double crochet. And then now we can make a chain 1. And continue like this all the way to the end. I will meet you there to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of the 8th row. To finish this row, all we're going to do is a double crochet on top of these 3 chains, just like this. Okay, so now for the 9th row, we're going to chain 1, we're going to turn, and into this second double crochet, I'm going to make a single crochet. Inside this chain 1 space, I'm going to make a single crochet, 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and into this next chain 1 space, 1 single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet. Okay, and the single crochets, we're making them inside these chain 1 spaces. Chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, and now 3 chains, single crochet. Okay, so this is how we're going to work each one of these fans. Now we have our next fan, and between these 2 double crochets we don't have a chain 1 space, so all we're going to do is we're going to go into the first space and make a single crochet, and then 3 chains, single crochet, 3 chains, single crochet. So you're going to continue like this all the way to the end. I will meet you there to show you how we're going to complete this row and start on our next row. Okay, I'm here at the end. I did my last single crochet inside this chain 1 space, so here to complete I'm just going to make 1 single crochet at the very end. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to work single crochets on this side, because since these fans here are a little big, when we close this part here it leaves a gap, as you can see right there. So we're going to make single crochets all around on both sides, a couple of rows, I would say maybe 3 rows on each side, so that when we close this gap is not there anymore. Okay, so here this is my last single crochet. I'm going to chain 1, and then inside this space here I'm going to make 3 single crochets, just like this. And then we have again this other double crochet, 3 single crochets in there. Okay, and then on each one of these spaces we're going to make 3 single crochets, just like this. And here, 3. And this last one here, 3 single crochets. Okay, and then here I'm just going to make 1 single crochet. Okay, so there's 1 row. Now again, chain 1, we're going to turn, and again we're going to make single crochets all the way down. This part is easy because all we're doing is single crochets on each one of these single crochets that we just did. Okay, so here I am at the end. So now again, chain 1, turn, and we're going to do the same thing. 1 more row of single crochets on each one of these single crochets that we just did. Okay, so continue like this all the way to the end. I will show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end. Here I just finished making my last single crochet. I cut my yarn and I'm just going to pass this through this last stitch, and all I need to do is just hide this yarn here. Okay, so now we're going to do the exact same thing for the other side. So don't turn your work or anything. Beginning here, right in this very corner where I have my single crochet, I have a loop here ready, and I'm just going to bring it through the front like this, chain 1, chain 1, and then here we're going to do the exact same thing we did on the other side. On these stitches that are right on the very edge, we're going to make 3 single crochets on each one of them, just like this. And then into this one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and here 1, 2, 3, and then here 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and then here on this very last, 1 single crochet. Okay, and then now we're going to chain 1, we're going to turn, and we're just going to start again back down, working single crochets, except that in this second row we're going to work our buttonholes. So I did 1 single crochet, I'm going to chain 2, I'm going to skip 1, 2, and into the third single crochet again I'm going to make a single crochet. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then chain 2, and then skip 1, 2, and into the third 1 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and now we're going to come back and do the same thing one more time. So chain 1, turn, and then here all we have to do is just do single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inside this chain 2 I'm only going to do 1. You can do 2. I'm going to use small buttons, so for me 1 is enough. And then I'm just going to continue making single crochets until I come to the next chain 2 space. Okay, and there it is. Here's one single crochet, and then 1 single crochet here at the end. Okay, and here it is. This is our button whole side. Once we turn it over, they'll be in the right side, or I meant in the correct side. Okay, and this is what it looks like. So now we can continue working the rest. Okay, so here all you're going to do is just cut your yarn. So just do this and pass it through this very last stitch, just like that. Okay, so before we move on to the next step, what we need to do is we need to divide our sleeves. So in total we have 19 fans, 19 of these fans. So here what I did was I have 1, 2, and right here, right in the very center where this fan and this fan join, right here, that's where I put my stitch marker. And then I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fans. This is going to be one of the openings for our sleeves. And then at the very end of the 5th fan, I put my second, or my stitch marker to join, so that it looks like this. Okay, and then for this side I did the exact same thing. So I have 1, 2, right between this one and this one I put the other stitch marker, and then I skipped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be the second opening, and at the end of the 5th fan, right here, right in the middle, right between this one and this one, that is where I closed my stitch marker. So it looks like this. There's one opening and here's the other opening. So in the front we have 1, 2, 1, 2 on the other side, and here on this other side we have 5 fans. Okay, so now that we have divided our sleeves, we're going to join these two together, making sure that the buttonhole openings are on top, just like this. So here I'm going to join these two together. I'm going to insert my hook right in the middle. I have a loop here ready. I'm going to bring it through the front, and I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And now what we're going to do is we're going to work double crochets into each one of these double crochets that are here. Okay, and the way that we're going to do this is I'm going to do a yarn over, I'm going to insert my hook through one side, come out the other, pull a loop, and then work a double crochet. Chain 1. And then into the next double crochet, same thing. You go in through one side, come out the other, pull up a loop, and make your double crochet, chain 1. Okay, this is what we're going to do until we get to this first stitch marker. I will meet you here to show you how we're going to work this side. Okay, I have a total of 16 double crochets separated by 1 chain plus the 3 chains here at the beginning. So here we're going to join to this first fan on this side, so it's going to be into the 6th fan. Remember, we have 5 here, so this is the 5th and this is the 6th. So into the first double crochet of this 6th fan, we're going to make a double crochet, but first we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and into this first double crochet, a double crochet, chain 1. And then again into the next double crochet, same thing. So we're going to continue like this, making double crochets, chain 1 on each one of these double crochets until we come to the next stitch marker. I will meet you here to show you how we're going to work this side. Okay, I'm here on the other side. I did 40 double crochets for this side, separated by 1 chain. So here again, we're going to make 3 chains, and into the first double crochet of your 6th fan, remember we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Into the first double crochet here, I'm going to make my double crochet. Chain 1, and into the next, same thing, double crochet, chain 1. So continue like this for these 2 fans. I will meet you here to show you how we're going to complete this row and start on our second row. Okay, I'm here at the end of the first row. I did 16 double crochets on this side, separated by 1 chain. So here I'm just going to chain 1 and join to the beginning where I have these 3 chains with a slip stitch. And that's how we complete the first row. Now for the second row, we're going to chain 3. We're not going to turn or anything because immediately into this second chain 1 space, not into this first one, but into the second chain 1 space, we're going to make 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. Okay, so this is going to be the stitch that we're going to use this fan. 2 double crochets, 2 chain, 2 double crochets. Now we're going to skip this next chain 1 space, and into the next I'm going to make the same thing. 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. Okay, this is all we're going to do. So continue all around. Remember, you skip this chain 1 space, and into the next you make your fan all the way around. When you come here to this side where we have the 3 chains, your last fan is going to be right here in this very last chain 1 space. You're going to skip these 3 chains, and into the next space, or this first space of this side, we're going to make our fan and continue in the same sequence until you come to this other side. Same thing, your last fan is going to be on this stitch. You're going to skip the 3 chains, and into the next you're going to make your fan until you come here to the very end. I will meet you here to show you how we're going to complete this row and start on our third row. Okay, I'm here at the end of the second row. To complete this row and all that follow, all we have to do is just insert our hook here where we have our 3 chains and make a slip stitch. So this is what you're going to do for every row when you finish. Now for rows 3 through 12, this is what you're going to do. You're going to chain 3, you're going to turn, and inside each one of these chain 2 spaces, you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to make a fan of 2 double crochets, 1, 2, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. It's the same stitch that we just did on row 2. Okay, and then into the next chain 2 space, same thing, 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. Okay, so continue like this all around. And remember, once you get here to the end, you're going to finish with your last fan inside this chain 2 space. You're going to join here to the beginning with a slip stitch, then chain 3 and turn. I will meet you at the end of the 12th row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of the 15th row. I decided to make 3 more rows since 12 rows, I think it was too short. So here, I'm just going to join to the beginning with a slip stitch. Okay, now this row that I just finished, I worked it from the inside out, so this is the right side. So now for the next row, we're not going to turn. I'm just going to chain 3, and this first double crochet that's here that makes up this first fan, I'm going to make a front post double crochet. Then inside this chain 2 space, I'm going to make a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Okay, and then this last double crochet, I'm going to make a front post double crochet. And now between each fan, a chain. Okay, so make sure you add that chain before you start the next fan. So for the next fan, same thing, 8 front post double crochet, inside the chain 2 space, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then the last double crochet, a front post double crochet, chain 1. Okay, don't forget to chain 1 here. And then again we start on our next fan. So front post double crochet, inside the chain 2, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and the last double crochet, a front post double crochet, chain 1. Okay, so this is how you're going to work this row. I will meet you here at the end to show you how we're going to finish this row and start on our next row. Okay, I'm here at the end. So here to complete this row, I'm just going to join here to the beginning. Okay, and this is how I complete my 16th row. Now for the last row, we're going to chain 3. And again, we're not going to turn because immediately into this first space, we're going to make a single crochet. Then we're going to chain 3. And inside this chain 1 space, I'm going to make a single crochet, chain 3, and again inside the same chain 1 space, another single crochet, chain 3. We're going to skip this and into the next space or the chain between each fan, a single crochet. Again, 3 chains, inside the chain 1 space, right here, right in the middle, a single crochet, chain 3, back again inside the chain 1 space, a single crochet, chain 3, and into the chain 1 space that's between each fan, a single crochet. This is how we're going to work this last row, and this is what it looks like. Okay, there it is. And that's what it looks like from the back. Okay, so continue like this. I will meet you at the end to show you our little dress once it's done. Okay, I'm here at the end of this final row. I did my last 3 chains, and I'm just going to join here where I have these 3 chains with a slip stitch and cut my yarn, and this is how we complete this part. And here is our border around the bottom of the dress. This is what it looks like. Okay, so our dress is done. This is the back. Here, actually, you can either decide to have this be the front. It would be up to you, but I'm going to use this as the front right here. Okay, so here's our little dress. This is what it looks like once it's all done. I'm going to try to do some little shorts or little bloomers. I'm not exactly sure what I will do, but I will do something that matches our little dress, so stay tuned. Okay, so here's our finished little dress. I hope you liked this video. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.